Chairs flew. Fists swung. A crowd rioted because one man dared to call the scream of a factory music. In 1913, Luigi Russolo declared war on the symphony itself and built 27 machines to prove noise could be art. The concert hall never forgave him.
In the early 1910s, Italian concert halls were echoing with ghosts. Orchestras were strictly bound by the harmonic rules established during the Baroque era, carefully arranging the same 12 pitches into polite, predictable melodies. Outside those halls, however, the world was screaming. The Industrial Revolution had arrived, dragging combustion engines, steel trams, and massive factory presses into the streets. People living in these new cities were quickly adapting their ears to complex, harsh, and dissonant environments. But if you bought a ticket to a symphony, you'd hear none of that reality reflected back at you. The tools of formal music, the violin, the cello, the flute, were designed for an age of silence. They simply could not speak the violent, chaotic language of the modern human experience. Luigi Russolo, a young Italian painter and intellectual, noticed this massive auditory gap. In 1913, he published a manifesto titled The Art of Noises. In it, he argued that the limited palette of traditional orchestra instruments had to be completely abandoned. Modern music needed to be constructed directly from the sounds of the modern city. But this presented an immediate mechanical problem. Raw industrial noise is inherently irregular. You can't just drag a backfiring combustion engine onto a stage and ask it to play in C minor. Someone had to invent an entirely new class of instrument to actually play the chaos. This chart illustrates how Russolo began by dissecting the chaotic soundscape around him. He mapped a single chaotic sound wave into 6 distinct categories, separating the roars and thunderclaps from the whistles, screeches, and gurgles. To physically reproduce these families of sound, he teamed up with an engineer named Ugo Piatti. Together, they built the intonare mori, or noise intoners. These were massive, bizarre wooden boxes fitted with huge cardboard megaphones. They eventually engineered 27 distinct variations of these machines. Each was named for the exact type of chaos it produced, ranging from the bursters that mimicked explosive engine pops to the siren-like howlers. For the very first time, raw, ugly noise was treated as a legitimate acoustic resource, something to be systematically collected, categorized, and performed. Inside this schematic, the boxes required no electricity. A hand crank spun a wheel against a string attached to a drumhead resonator. Moving an external lever changed the string's tension, bending chaotic vibrations into a smooth glide, creating entirely controllable musical scales. Russolo bypassed mere imitation. He created a physical system that disciplined chaotic vibrations, forcing them to hold a tune. In the summer of 1914, Russolo brought his 27 machines to the stage. He debuted a bespoke noise composition to a formal audience at the Teatro del Verme in Milan, and later at the Colosseum in London, crowds fully expecting traditional melodies. The backlash was immediate and violent. The performances provoked literal riots, complete with screaming, fistfights, and objects hurled at the stage by an outraged public. That extreme hostility confirmed that the machines did exactly what they were designed to do. They shattered the boundaries of classical music, exposing an audience to the sound of an era they weren't quite ready to hear. The momentum of Russolo's acoustic experiments was abruptly halted later that year by the outbreak of World War I. The Futurists quickly traded their manifestos and theaters for the trenches. As the war ended and Italian politics radicalized, the Futurist movement embraced a dark ideological reality. Russolo himself was an unapologetic supporter of Benito Mussolini's fascist regime, a political alignment that permanently taints his historical legacy. His physical creations met an equally grim end. During the Second World War, all 27 of the original intonare mori were destroyed by bombings in Paris, reduced entirely to ash. The boxes were gone, and the movement that birthed them was poisoned by fascism. But the core engineering concept, the idea that you could capture and pitch a noise, survived. Long before the era of magnetic tape or digital processing, Russolo established the core logic of music synthesis, that noise is not a sonic error, but a signal that can be shaped. Post-war pioneers took his taxonomy of screeches and rumbles and moved them from wooden boxes into oscillators and samplers. They realized that any worldly sound could be isolated, treated as a frequency, and played as an instrument. This direct lineage connects the 1913 studio to the modern workstation. The physical lever that once pulled a string taut has evolved into the digital algorithm that stretches a sample's pitch across a keyboard. From industrial music to modern electronic dance tracks, every time a musician pitches a real-world noise to play a melody, they are operating the ghost of Russolo's 27 machines.
If this story reached you, don't let it end here. Tap like and subscribe so the next forgotten voice gets heard too. Still have questions of your own? Good. Leave them in the comments. I promise someone is reading.